Hey everybody. Hey everybody. I know I'm early and I know I am like terrible with like scheduling lives and keeping on task. The house is semi quiet. So I decided to go ahead and go live. I'll probably do like a 30-minute live tonight. Not nothing too big because tomorrow's Monday. Hey Jay, hey, just read my book. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Let me know if my audio's good. Sorry in advance if you hear the little fur babies in the background. I am trying to get them down, and we're having a late, well, not quite, well, yeah, it's a late dinner. Hey Fifi, thanks for joining me, babes. We're having a late dinner. I was busy doing some meal prepping and some other stuff. We've got baby Bane acclimated with being downstairs with the other two dogs. Thor don't want to be bothered because he's a grumpy old man, so he stays upstairs until it's time for him to do the bathroom. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. I was in the backyard today. I live in the South with all the pollen, so it got me sounding real crazy, and I've been sneezing ever since because I caught myself trying to go in the backyard and play fetch with the puppies. Well, technically, I only have one puppy, and that's Bane. But I was trying to get Bane used to playing with the other dogs because we have had Bane since December. Hey, Foot Soldier. Yeah, we have had Bane since December, and we just sorry, Bane is eating a paper towel. Bane, open your mouth. Don't do that. We got Bane in December, and we had to wait until he had his second series of vaccinations before he could go around the other dogs because if you have dogs, your dogs can contract parvo up to a year. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey,
How you
oh
doing?
hey, hey,
Hi, sugar.
how you
What's up?
doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine. Guess what?
What's up?
I found out the name of the motorcycle place. Are you talking about the Dinosaur Club?
You know what? I'm not sure of the name. I would have to ask some of my coworkers, but I
Okay,
think
is
I
it
I think
like
that's the
behind the
name.
church? Okay, like behind the church. When you go under the past the bridge, is it like behind a church?
It's on the main street. It's a real random place.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. What's the name? Hold on, I wrote it down because the person that I asked last night called me back this morning. Hold on, let me get the paper. Um, Ozark.
You
You know
know what?
what Ozark is? Is it off of Ozark?
I think so. I would have to ask my coworkers.
Okay, okay. Well, baby, if you are there, if that's what it is and that's where you want to go, let me know because I'm gonna give you a name that rings bells.
Okay.
Okay, you
You
will
know
get
what?
the gold service.
We have we have slowly been trying because I know we've been here 6 years. We've
Hmm.
slowly been trying to be social, and it's like I don't know. It's like I guess because we're like I don't know. It's weird. Like we're not like we really don't fit in with people that we know. Like we
Hmm.
kind of do, but then we kind of don't.
I understand.
And then another thing, like I have to tell like all my friends, like I tell them all the time, don't tell me we're going somewhere at 10 o'clock because I'm not coming across the state line. I'm not doing it.
I got you. Okay, hold on. I'm just okay.
Hold on 1 second. Let me
Hmm.
switch and put my earbud in. Other earbud in. Earbud just died. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna look at it. I just found out where Bar One is. Even though Bar One is shut down for Charlotte, I just found out where it was.
You said bar one.
Yeah, bar one.
Oh, Peter Thomas's. Okay. It's shut down. You said about the one owned by Peter Thomas, right?
Yeah, they said that that bar was not even open for a year, and it's so weird because it's in the Uptown region, but it's on
Mm-hmm.
the outskirts of Uptown where really nobody goes. So it was like that was a kind of a terrible place for you to have a bar. Nobody goes over
Actually,
there.
no, actually, let me tell you something. I heard it was the hot spot. I heard it
Mm-mm.
was real nice and it was a serious hot spot. It was real nice. They said the food was off the chain.
Yeah, yeah, the food was good, but it's like if you don't have a purpose to go to that direction, you don't go over there. So, okay, so like where it was across the street from a abandoned library in the Uptown region. It's so weird. It's so weird.
But you
And
know,
it's small. It's real small.
a lot of places did kind of go that way, especially in that certain area of Charlotte, especially when they were trying to rejuvenate the downtown areas and the outskirts and all of that. A lot of
Yes.
people were really going to these spots and it became a hot spot. But then, when something else opens and it's like, well, maybe we don't need to be over there at this time of night,
Yes,
or
and
it
it's
doesn't look so
definitely
pretty to
dark.
the eye. Yeah,
It's
yeah, it's in
yeah.
now his place was beautiful, but everything around it was an eyesore.
Yeah, so right after it closed, they started popping up. Now it's other places to go.
Hmm.
Because for Easter, we went to this one place. It's called like XOXOXO Lounge. And that's like down the street from it. They have another place called like Tattoo and Booze.
Now,
And
see, if it's just down the street, was it from where his place was?
yes, but it's closer towards it's maybe 3 blocks from Epic Center.
I can't,
Yeah.
can't
So
recall.
literally literally his place was like maybe a block or two before you hit the music factory district where they have like all like the concerts and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Before you hit Noda, it was over there. Nobody goes over there because it's dark, and sometime depending when you go, it's really not safe to be over there.
But see, they were touting it as the up and coming area, and they wanted to revive that part of the town. And they were
Mm-mm.
opening things, and they were making it easier for Black business owners to open and get loans and things like that. It was supposed to be rejuvenating that area,
Let me
and
tell you,
it did
it's
for a
not.
hot spot. It worked for like a hot minute, but
And then the
people weren't.
pandemic hit, and then everything went back downhill.
That's it.
Matter of fact,
It.
Epic Center went. The owners that owned the Epic Center, they went bankruptcy. They lost the Epic Center.
Are you serious?
The Epic Center is completely empty. The only thing that's there is the 7-Eleven. The
Like,
7-Eleven
well, they're gonna
and
be forever. 7-Elevens
yeah,
are like roaches, baby. They're gonna survive.
it's a 7-Eleven, a CVS, and the Ghost Gym is still there. Other than that, it's completely empty.
That's crazy. I've seen a lot of stuff go on with it. I'll tell you, people don't realize that there are still lasting. What's the word I'm looking for?
It was a
There's
oh,
still
what I want to
lasting.
tell
There's still
you.
residuals of the pandemic. There are still people who are still trying to recover from the pandemic.
Do you
And
remember the real popular chicken spot that was in Uptown?
no,
It was owned by a black guy. It was called like Coop's Chicken or something like that.
I don't remember.
They sold their spot for 2.5 billion.
Did you say million or billion? Hello? You dropped. I can't hear you. Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. Ha 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 ha. No, she'll be right back. Something it just dropped. It might be the weather or something. So, how are you guys doing out there? Boy, I tell you, I was making the Jamaican sweet potato pudding, and when I tell you that is some work, even though the recipe is simple, it's work because of what all of the grating. You have to grate. I don't care what anybody says, and yes, I love modern technology, but you cannot get the same consistency if you use a food processor or a blender or anything like that. You are not going to get the same consistency. How do you add yourself back? I think you're here because you went down again. Now I saw you. Okay, you're back. Oh Lord, let me see. Do you hit? Wait a minute. Let me click something and see. No, that's not it. Yeah, you know what? Click settings and see if you see your camera or your audio. No, I cannot hear you. Okay, well, you know what? Leave the studio and come back in if you can hear me. Oh, I hear you.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay, I know
yeah,
what to
I
do
hear
now.
you.
Okay, I know what
Okay,
to
tell
do.
me what
But
you said, just
yeah,
in case it happens to me.
um, Vibrant put it in the chat. That's the place, and it was rumored. It was rumored that they sold for $2.5 million because some developers wanted their spot. It was them, and then it was this place called Midnight Diner. They're in South End. They wanted
Oh, so
their
they were
spot.
like
They
forced out. They were
Yeah, but
forced
the
to sell, basically.
yeah, he was forced to sell, but he was
Mm-mm-mm.
tired and he wanted to retire, he said. So everything was good. Baby, when I tell you the whole entire city came out, the whole entire city came out for like the last week he was open and sold him out every day by noon. It
All
was
right.
crazy.
All right. Man, that's messed up. But you know what? I'm sure, look, nothing. I'm not even going to say it. That's messed up. I hope that either they decided to have a nice retirement or reinvest in
He
something
did.
else.
He did. He was
Yeah.
tired. He even
Yeah.
said it. He said he was tired and he was ready to he said he was tired and he was ready to retire. Um Midnight Diner sold their location for an amazing price, and they're actually across the street from Epic Center where the Charlotte Hornets play. So they actually sold and got a better location.
Mm. Oh, Lord, my eyes messing with me. Well, that's good. I'm glad for that because you know that's not right, especially because you know that they're probably going for those businesses in that same area now that they took are probably three times the amount that they're doing. You know, they sold them, but I mean, 2.5 might sound like a lot to some, but no, not when you know. Let me tell you something. The land and the zoning is where the money is. It's not the building that's on
Yes.
it. It's the
It's the
land and the
zoning and
zoning. Yes.
every and the sad thing is that so okay, so like if you're in Charlotte and you're going down south and going towards uptown, it was before the pandemic, it was so many abandoned buildings, vacant shopping centers. As we slowly came out the pandemic and more people started moving down to Charlotte, they
Mhm.
started flooding the area. I mean like every spot you turn, they're throwing up high rises. They're like shutting down businesses. I remember it was a big controversy because the neighborhood didn't want it, but
Mhm.
we have a really like locally famous Irish pub, and they wanted to tear it down and throw up and basically put up high rises, and the whole entire community like was like, no, this is not happening. So
What's the
they
name
bas
of the pub?
Oh girl, I don't know. I don't go that far. I don't go
Okay.
that far because folks be tripping. It's like no parking over there, so I don't even go that far. But
Mhm.
I know across the street was a British pub. It was called like Big Boy or something. But they end up selling their spot and they relocated. But pub they end up basically setting a deal with the people that wanted to buy them, so they're going to have high rises above the building. They're not going to tear down the original building, but they're going to put high rises above it, and everybody's like, but there's no room. Like, there's no room.
Actually, that could work. Yeah, that could work. That could work because the company that I used to work for did that. They used the bottom and they turned it into commercial, but the top, everything above the top, the storefronts,
Yeah.
they turned into lofts, and that actually worked. It made a happy medium for the people who had, like, for the homeowners in the area who didn't want like an eyesore of something else coming up. They used the same building. The building used to be a tobacco warehouse, and that's what they did, and it really worked out fine. So that could actually work. The only issue may be parking.
There is zero parking to the point I don't, well, because of the job I have a Metro pass. So I basically just park my car and take the Metro links into Uptown or into South End because there's no parking.
Hmm.
I mean, there's parking, but I'm not finna park. No, I'm just not. I'm not finna
Yeah,
play.
I got you. Look, I understand. I understand completely.
But yeah, it's, you know what, the market, like even down where we are, we're starting to see they're starting to clear out trees. They have actually built three new schools. They're actually building more shopping centers to have more stuff going down. So in about like 4 or 5 years, we're going further down south.
Mm.
We're going like maybe like two counties over.
Ooh. Well,
Two
you know
counties
what? Let's
over.
talk about that later, because if that's what you want to do, I'm going to tell you some things that you can look so you can see the forecast, like the next
Uh-huh.
5 years.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I'll There's kind of a standard formula that we used to use to make the projection to find out whether or not we wanted to invest in a property. We want to see what was going on. So you have like early access to city zoning, because they will rezone right under your nose.
Oh yeah, I'm already
Right under
doing
your
that.
nose. Yeah, so
I'm
you
already,
find out
yeah.
what it's going to be within, say, like the next 5 years, what's going to be built, what's coming through, and
Yeah.
then you'll say, okay, get in on it early, because once they start building, extending the highways and things, it's
Oh,
gonna double. It's
they
gonna
have
double or triple.
they have already
Oh,
they
see,
have already doing they have already, and it's crazy because now,
better jump,
today when I was coming home, I was like, oh my God, they're starting to expand the high. When I tell the reason
better jump.
the reason why I transferred out of Charlotte is because like literally in the morning I was doing an almost 2 hour commute. It was getting bad.
Yeah. Well, now, are you in Mecklenburg County?
No, I'm not
Okay.
anymore.
You where?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Nothing. Don't say it. Nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
not
sorry. I'm
anymore.
sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
in the I'm in the I'm in the next one
I got
down.
you. I got
Yeah,
you.
which I even started driving like further down just to see. Like, I didn't know that we still have farmland down here. Did not know that. I was like, oh my God. So, and then then also we still have hidden neighborhoods. So yeah, I've been having my hand in a few stuff.
All right.
Seeing, doing numbers, seeing what I could do, what I can't do. I'm kind of mad that I didn't know about a property that's like maybe 10 minutes from me because I could have jumped on it. Like, dang,
Hey,
man.
pretty chocolate girl. Oh, hey everybody! I'm just now seeing. Oh, I'm sorry, I
Hey
didn't.
guys.
Hey
No,
everybody!
you're
I'm
fine.
just seeing people coming in, and because I switched over from back to the front, from private to
Yeah.
comments, yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. Hey everybody!
Hey everybody. Thanks for coming in. PCG J Truth. But
I
yeah, I
know you.
started.
I'm
Huh?
sorry. Go ahead.
Well, so like I said about the hidden communities, like I didn't even know, but like today I was like driving around, looking at stuff, looking stuff up, and I'm like, damn, if I would have known, I could have freaking had like I could have 5 acres. Literally, it is
Mm,
a whole entire hidden property, and like I called hubby, it blew my mind because if you're driving down, you don't even know it's there.
okay. So have you researched it?
Yes,
So
the
is
only thing,
is it perks for water?
yes, it is. Yeah, yes, it is. I made some
Okay.
calls today. The
Okay.
only thing
My
is that
girl, high five.
Yeah, the only thing is that there's nothing there. Like it's just literally the land. So I'm like, dang, even if I would have got it for this amazing price, I would have had to pull out more because I would have had to build because there's nothing there.
Hmm.
Or or I could have bought it and waited and made somebody force me out.
Yeah. Mm. See. Mm-hmm. I
I
hate
thought
that.
about
Yeah.
that
I
too.
know.
Like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I could make somebody force me out.
Uh huh. Because they're going to pay. Only thing is, sometimes you got to do your research on the people who are buying because sometimes it's a shell company. You got to find out who it is because sometimes that you might not be in a good bargaining position that you think you are.
Yeah.
Just so research who it is first if you haven't already, and then you know what your bargaining chip is. You're like, yeah, okay, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. Or you know what? Nothing. What?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I already have my team, I already have people looking, I already have stuff going on. That what I'm doing now is that I'm preparing for our retirement, and I'm preparing for my parents' retirement. I need my parents down here with me, so
There you
that's
go.
why I was so upset that I didn't, like, I couldn't move on it the way I wanted to, because
Hmm.
I would prefer to retire and then build my parents and my mother-in-law a a place on the land, so I'm like right there if they need me.
Yep. I've got to tell you something. You might want to look into prefabs. They're completely different from what they used to be.
I have. I've actually found another, like a couple exits down. It was a house, and then it had three double wides on the property. It was a very large property, and I couldn't understand why it was going for the price it was going for.
Hmm.
And then when I looked it up, oh, they're behind on back taxes. This is why they're letting it go for this. This is all back taxes.
Scoop
They're
shit
not
up.
foreclosed. They just didn't pay their damn taxes,
Hmm.
motherfuckers.
And see, that's the thing. The bank just wants what you owe on it. They don't give a damn about what you say the value is, this or that. They want what you owe on the tab, honey. And if you
On the
can come in there, if
taxes.
it's $13, you go in there and give them that damn $13. You know? If it's $300,000, you go in there and give them that $300,000 because you know it's already worth more, much more. Man, you can't. You know what I'm saying?
I have
Just
seen
make sure, as
people.
long as there's no extra liens on it.
Yes, because I so I also found out that if your property disclose, like if you lose your property over property tax,
Hmm.
or over HOA fees not being paid, because HOA can foreclose on your property, and if your property goes to the auction, but there's an active mortgage,
Yep.
you still have to pay off that mortgage.
And let me tell you something. I look. I shouted from the rooftops. Do not move into developments. You want your own. If you go into a development,
We
please
are
make it
learning.
your HOA.
We are dealing with that now. That's
Yeah,
why we're leaving because
see that
we did not know. It's not,
that's right.
but you
You
know what?
cooling
It
checks.
ain't too bad. You know what? It ain't too bad.
But
It's
that's
really not.
well, because your turn just hasn't really come yet. I'm telling you, they can be held. I know that not can be. They are held. I think that I'm going
Oh,
to say
we
that
have gone through hell, but that's because of my neighbors. But trust me, as far as actually dealing with the actual HOA establishment,
Mhm. I'm talking about the
because of
things that
it.
you have to deal. First of all, I mean,
Oh no, they don't bother me no more. Trust me, I didn't cuss everybody out. They do not bother me.
but you can cuss out who you want to, but whatever is in those bylaws and in that book is
We
what you got
have
to go with. But
Yeah,
what I'm
we have very lenient. Um, the new president that we have, there she went in and she basically relaxed everything because they were getting kind of outrageous.
wonderful. That's wonderful.
But like I said, in about 3 or 5 years, we'll probably leave this property for like our oldest son and go on to the next but yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And like I have one friend, their HOA fees is $1,500 a year. I said, for what? For what?
For them to harass the hell out of you.
Child, I gave them $300 and said fuck you, I'll see you next year. Get out my face. Here, take this shit and get out my face. Fuck you won't.
Let me tell you something. With one company I was with, I had maxed out on salary wise. Okay. I maxed out and there was no position for me, nothing higher to go. And I maxed out in salary. So what they did was offer me to be the president, the head of an HOA. There was
It is
okay. Let me tell you
hell.
because yeah. Now check this out, which is a little different. This was something new because I was with a property management company. Now most HOAs heads are someone who lives on the property.
Yeah, it's a board.
Right. They have a
We have a
board.
board.
Right. But the owner of the property hired a property management company. He didn't want to be bothered. He's like, look, I'm old, I'm a widow, I'm going to see my grandchildren. I, I don't want to hear, don't call me unless you need a signature. I'm telling you, that's what he said.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that is literally how
So,
they do you.
yeah, that's what the hell he said. And they're like, well, we can't pay you any more than what you're getting paid. But what we can do is offer you this position where you only have to be on site 1 day a week. And I'm gonna get paid what the hell I'm getting paid. Do you know
Don't
I
nobody
told
want to
them
deal with
no?
that shit.
Do you know I told them no?
Hell yeah.
Girl,
So work your nerves.
nerves, nothing. Let me tell you something. I found out that same day. Oh, girl pulled me to the side. She said, you know they got a bomb threat yesterday, right? No, I didn't know they had a damn bomb threat. She said, girl,
Let me
because
tell
the people
you.
were hot. Oh
Let
my
me
God.
tell you.
And no. And one more thing about this. Now, I look, I don't do the racial thing or anything like that. But baby, the whole community was white.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you think they were getting ready to have girl? What?
Hmm.
Fuck no. Do you trying to offer it to me like it's cause you? Oh, you only have to be on site 1 day a week. Hell yeah, cause I'm only gonna be safe for what 3, 4 fucking hours. You not gonna play?
We
No ma'am, no ham, no
that
pam.
we
That
can't
was not
use.
happening.
They can't. They won't unlock the gate until July. What do you mean? It's hot now. Open that gate. So a bunch of my neighbors, they started building they started building pools. We went to the last meeting, they upset. Nobody's going swimming. Nobody's coming down to the clubhouse. Because y'all won't take off the deadbolt lock for folks to use it. These kids had a whole entire spring break. They want to swim.
Okay. And you all actually you get to make the rules yourself. You go, but see, they try that bullshit, and they have their clicks. Look, it's almost like YouTube, girl. They got their clicks. They really do. Whoever, look, you getting good with the head of your HOA or somebody that's sitting on the board, you getting good with them. I'm telling you, honey, a muffin basket and a bottle of booze will get you into places. You
Yep,
go around there, look, you let them win the award for the best Christmas decorations 1 year rolling. Oh yeah, yeah. See,
they be so serious about Christmas.
yes,
They be so serious.
yes. They're playing around. Oh, Viber, that's right. Having an HOA is as bad as having an adjustable rate mortgage. You are skippy. Because
They
that's the way
be
it can hit you. You tell me how the hell a group of folks can get together and put me out of what I own that I'm not behind in payments on.
hello.
I'm serious, but it happens. That's why I thought, hell no. Y'all ain't sweet talking me with that bullshit. No. Let me tell you something. When you get folks that get the shit is like TV. I'm serious. It's ridiculous. You piss your next door neighbor off.
Oh, I have.
Okay. And then what happens the next day? Here comes the report, your hedges are too high.
I have.
How about this? First of all, how are you gonna tell me I can't park in my damn driveway? Yes, I have a garage, but I don't feel like putting my car in the garage right now. I'm doing something in my garage. Or maybe my garage is my recreational area for my kids or whatever, right? So I
Yeah.
still have a driveway. Why would I have a 2-car driveway and a garage and you tell me I cannot park in my own damn driveway? But they can. They can. They can tell you everything. They can tell you down to what color you can paint your house, what kind of shrubbery you can have. Now think I'm playing. You know it's true.
Yep.
And
Because
if you don't, they can fine you until you do what they say, until you rectify what they say.
yep. One of my neighbors, he wanted, I thought it was so weird. So he has a garage, but they turned his garage into another room, a part of the house. But he
Hmm.
had room on the side of his house to build another garage. He said it took him 2 years to get clearance to do construction
Isn't that some bullshit?
on his house,
On his house and on his land that
on
he
his
pays
land.
for.
So then, I talked to I talked to another neighbor, and basically they told me if I wanted to do anything that is not seen from the curb, then all I do is go down to the city, get a permit because you can't do it without a permit. And then he said that's fine as long as they can't see it from the curb. So if they walk up to my mailbox and they can't see the
Hmm.
backyard, that's fine. I said, oh, you can't see shit no way. You gotta physically come up to the fence to see anything in my backyard.
Uh-huh.
So I'm finna get a she shed.
What, baby?
I'm finna get a she shed and I'm about to put that. I'm finna get a she shed. I'm getting my
Girl,
whole
you
entire
better watch it for look because look, Hazel, I don't
what?
have any bail money fund this year.
No, no, no,
So
no, no,
check
no.
before you put it
It's I did. It's not being constructed. It's being dropped off. They are not breaking ground to build it. I'm buying it and it's being delivered. Ari, I told you
But
already
are you
checked.
allowed to have it?
Yes. I am
You want
allowed to,
anything clear?
as long as they do not have to build, as long as they do not have to break the foundation, I am clear to have it without a permit from the HOA. But okay, so let's say if we wanted a bathroom built attached to the shed, then I have to go to the HOA to get permission because they have to break the foundation in the backyard. Because it's the same thing for me to have my dogs to have kennels installed.
Uh-huh.
As long as I do not break the foundation, like as long as we do not dig, I am clear to have it.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that you did your research because I'm
I
telling
did my
you,
research and they will be out here
ridiculous.
Monday. Somebody's coming out from the HOA on Monday to
All
give a
right.
physical okay because
Okay.
I didn't know I gave these folks money to do my backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did have to get permission because I'm having my deck redone and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna have to break ground. So I did get permission for that. So when they come out tomorrow, we're gonna do the walkthrough.
And see, even everything, I'm glad that you're not having any difficulty. That's good because I feel like HOAs are supposed to be there for the homeowners, not to be there to battle them. So I'm glad you're not having any trouble or issues because, oh, I can't imagine even having to get permission to replace my deck.
And then
Who are
and then
you?
so another problem we ran into was when we bought the property, we found out our floodlights are against protocol. Our floodlights are bright as shit, so I cannot turn my floodlights on in the backyard.
You know
Be-
what?
because
It's
be-
funny you should mention that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
because they basically disturb the neighbors
Mm-hmm.
because of where they are. They shine into my neighbor's yards, and you know
Mm-hmm.
how it is that you know in the South, some houses
Yeah,
the
I mean,
rooms are in the back of the house. It disturbs them. But I found a way. They said that I can hang lights. We have that. You go to people's yards. They have lights hanging on like a little pole and stuff. They said I could do that instead
hmm
of turning on my floodlight.
okay. Now, what you just said reminds me of an HOA story. Um, this woman, okay, it's the same type of deal about floodlights, right?
Yeah.
Where she lived was like in a cul-de-sac. She was in the center of it. So she had one person on the left, one person on the right, but they were kind of far away. There was a little, a good amount of space between the houses, but she was like in the center of the cul-de-sac. So she got a notice about her lights, and they said that they were too bright. They came on too early, and they went off too late. So that means that
What?
somebody, yes, somebody. That means somebody is watching the time that the damn lights come on and what time they go off. Now, here's the thing: with those lights, and with the type of lights she had, it did not. It wasn't like she turned them on or off. It was censored.
Uh
So if
huh.
it was even a cloudy day, they might come on.
Yeah, or it's like
Okay, or right.
you know, um, because I know out here we have rabbits and squirrels, and they could
Oh, that
just
can set them off.
run. Yeah, the same thing with my now the
Now
lights to my
that's motion
garage.
lights. That's
Yeah,
your motion lights. But their lights, now they could change them from motion lights to just the floodlights, but they just had them set on as the floodlights. Okay, and so they will come on, and they were on a sensor. So, when it got dusk or dawn, it was on or off. If it happened to be a stormy day or a gray day and it was dark out, you know, They would, or daylight savings time. I mean, when it gets dim, they come on. When it gets bright, they go off. Simple as that. When they got this, when she got this letter, oh honey, look, it was telling her that they came on too early, they went off too late, they were a disturbance, they were and that when they were on, they were too bright. And she went back and forth with them, and she found, and look, it cost her a pretty penny to have those put up. That's when they had first started that halogen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it cost her a pretty penny for that. So she had to
It's
just,
just mm-mm.
guess what happens? Now they started fining her, and she's like, I can't afford this shit. I'm barely, hey, I can't afford it. The fines were really high, and they fine you daily. It's not weekly or month. They fine you daily.
Daily. Oh, they
And
could have had the
yeah,
house at that point. Here, take here, had a keys. I don't even
yeah.
want it.
So she just quit, right? She just stopped it. She had them dismantled. Okay, let me tell you what she found out. The neighbor on her left and the neighbor on her right told her, you know, we didn't vote against you. We said we didn't have a problem. We liked that you had it on because it put light in our backyards and we didn't have to do anything. Ain't that some shit? That means that somebody else did that shit.
Yeah.
Her neighbors liked it because the shit was pitch black. Okay?
That is one thing I really do not like is that it is pitch black. I mean, it is dark out here, and my backyard is 2 levels. So I'm not
What do
really
you mean
worried about the dogs being in the backyard. Oh, I have 2 levels.
you said your backyard?
Yeah, I have 2 levels.
Okay, so you talk about, so there's an incline
Yep,
and then, okay,
it goes
yeah.
up here.
Okay. So yeah,
So
yeah, right.
I'm gonna possibly next week. I'm gonna go talk to my neighbors behind me because for the fact that I have dogs and we got the baby, the puppy, and he's back there. I got to be able to see what's going on. We already ran into a possum once with Thor. Um, I seen a fox the other day. I got to see what's in. So I'm gonna go talk to them like, hey, you guys don't mind? I'm gonna hang lights on the fence. They shouldn't mind because they have dogs and they have small children. So I don't
Mhm.
see it'll be a problem.
And it probably wouldn't. See, just like the lady's neighbors. They told them like we weren't bothered by it. We did not vote against you. We voted for you because it gave light to our backyards.
Yeah, our backyard.
And
Yeah,
they
we gotta
found out
see.
who the hell it was. Who was it? That old sour chick down there. It's always a sour bitch, ain't it?
It's always, always.
Always a sour bitch.
You want some cornbread into the food zone? Um, don't be weird. Yeah, yeah. Get a
I
piece of
want some
cornbread.
because I hear something frying. I want some Hazel.
Oh, I make you. We had cornbread, fried chicken, and broccoli, and red beans and rice. And then I made homemade ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, well, honey, I hear that chicken frying, and I want my piece right now. Look, I don't want you to strain it. I want you to take it out while the grease is still dripping, not oil, the grease. While it's dripping, smack it on. Let me stop playing.
Yep, this is our Sunday is our cheat day. The rest of the week it's meal prep for everybody in the house.
You know what? I always well, what
Look
I
at that
call meal
out
prepping
his
is
mouth. What is
when
that?
I. Oh, I'm sorry. You talking to me or your
No,
son?
no, my son.
Oh yeah. What the prepping I do is I guess mise en place. Um, I will take a day and just chop vegetables and put them in
Ooh,
separate containers.
I like that.
That's what I do. I take one whole day and I chop vegetables and put them all in separate containers and put everything in the refrigerator. And if there's anything else that I want to freeze, I will prep those. If I want to marinate things, I do that, put them in Ziploc bags, put those in the freezer. And that's it. That way, when I'm ready to cook, I just have to go in, I can grab something, I can make a homemade meal in 20 minutes. Everything's already done. I can grab a handful of onion, a handful of peppers, colored peppers, garlic, whatever. I've done everything and put them in their separate containers. And I have to do that because I have to make things easy for me because I have days where I can go in there and roll and burn and set it up. Okay, set it off and set it up. And I have times where I might barely be able to actually, get up to even make a sandwich or something. It depends on how I'm feeling. I have certain health ailments sometimes. So when on my good days, I make sure I get everything prepped. I set stuff up, and once I get that done, I'll cook and I'll cook and I'll cook. And on those days where I don't feel like cooking, I already got something that's done. It takes me a few minutes. Grab this, grab that. Boom, I'm done.
Yeah, I do a lot of meal prep just in case when I have to work it's like late in the evening.
Hmm.
They have no excuse to DoorDash for what? There's food containers. It's
Right.
separated by days. Everything you need is there. It's a full balanced
Hmm.
meal.
Hmm.
You ain't got to do no extra stuff.
Right. And it's healthy. You know what it is because you did it yourself.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't care what looks to be natural. If you think you just have chicken, peppers, and onions from a restaurant, you better believe it's not just chicken, peppers, and onions. There's a ton of sodium, fat, all kinds of stuff in there you don't need. But when you do it yourself, you know what's in it. So you can do that. I tell you, especially now. Now I do. I'll cook on the grill. We'll cook on the grill year round. But when we're cooking out there, like it doesn't make sense to fire up the grill for a steak or a couple of hot dogs. So when we fire up the grill, we put a few things on there to last, right? So
yeah.
I'll do a few steaks and some chicken, and when it comes off, I slice them into strips, put them in Ziploc bags, and put them in the freezer. Now, don't forget, I already have peppers and onions and potatoes and all kinds of things already sliced up in separate containers, right? So all I have to do, I can grab a handful of grilled steak or a handful of grilled chicken, a handful of sliced peppers and onions, and throw them in the frying pan for what 5 minutes just to warm them up because everything's already done. It's cooked. And I have a healthy meal. You can make that a stir fry. You can make it a fajita. You can just put it on a sandwich if that's what you want to do. It's done. And it's healthy. You know what you cooked. You know what you put on it. So if you're on say like a sodium restricted diet, you don't have to worry that someone has put salt on it and told you, oh no, it's sodium free. Or if you're on whatever it is, if they tell you, if you say you don't eat pork and they say no, there's no pork, but they know that they cook that shit on the griddle with some pork chops, you get
And
to
they didn't clean
you
the griddle.
right,
See that'd be the shit I'm talking about, folks.
right. So
And then also it cuts down during the week because I know I know what's being eaten, what's not being eaten. I know what's good,
mhm.
what needs to be thrown out. And what I try to do also, I always keep a pot of pasta in the refrigerator. So baby boy could just come in from school, grab some pasta and go upstairs.
There you go. And you know what? Here's now. So the number one thing with this is the health benefits. The number two, which is neck and neck with number one, is the cost effectiveness.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you go out to a place and get like a basic, say, spaghetti and meat sauce, you're not gonna get away with not without. It's got to be at least say 9.99, right?
Yeah.
But a box of spaghetti costs what, 79 cents?
Yeah. 79 cents.
Okay. A pound of ground round or whichever beef, whether it's 73, 20, whatever you, or 80, 20, or whatever, you know, you can get it anywhere between 2.99 and whatever 6.99 per pound. You're still coming out less, and this is not one serving. You're going to feed a family of four off of this. So you mean to tell me I can feed a family of four for less than I can feed one serving from a restaurant, and I still don't know what the hell they gave me? So the cost, being cost effective, is neck and neck with the health, be eating healthy part. So it's always,
Yep.
I'm telling you guys, and you know what? We all better start really paying attention to our cooking and how we shop for groceries and things like that. Because some of us don't believe that we're in a food shortage, but we are. Just like
We
people,
are.
yeah, people didn't believe that during the pandemic until you couldn't wipe your ass. Okay, when they said, "Where is the toilet tissue? Show me the paper." Okay, people didn't believe that shit. We were scrounging like people in Russia over blue jeans and toilet tissue. Okay,
I went to the store. Was it yesterday or the other day? I went to the store to because I went and bought some. I went and bought some yams, and I went to the store and I was looking, and I was like, I called my mom, and I was like, "Mommy, have you noticed a sack of potatoes is like $7, $8?"
girl, and you can dig them up in the backyard. Okay, you don't even have to put them in. You can get a flower pot and grow a damn look. Oh, and you know what?
That's
You
coming
just said
too.
something.
That's coming too. Already got this. Already got this. The spot spaced out. I got the big
My girl.
metal little tin things coming
Mhm.
because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like this is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Like I could. I gotta figure out how to do it because my other neighbor, she has the little pots hanging on her deck, but
Hmm.
she has ankle biters for dogs. I got beasts for dogs.
Yeah.
I got dogs that can actually stand on their hind legs and touch the top of the deck.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what? I could give you tips, but they're probably not going to pass muster for your HOA. However, if you go to YouTube, type that in exactly, home gardening, no, type in HOA friendly home gardening and see what comes up. That should help you. That should really help. So that you can know what it is that you can and can't do. Because the stuff I would tell you, I know it's probably not going to pass muster, but oof, it can. There's a lot of good things you can do with that, and I'm so glad you already got that in the works. Are you gonna post it? Are you like do videos on to go live with your planting and all of that?
Yes, I am. Matter of fact,
Ooh.
PCG, I have to call her tomorrow. So on the side of my house, randomly, rose bushes are growing. We've never plotted them. We don't know. Matter of fact, I took pictures to post to YouTube too. We don't know where these flowers are growing from, and I'm starting to see them sprouting not only on the side of the house, but they're
Mhm.
starting to sprout in the backyard. So when my gardener and them come, we're trying to figure out what's going on.
You said they're rose bushes.
Yeah, they're just random rose bushes.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you like rose bushes?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so if you got a gardener, have them dig all of them up so that you can have them put in one section.
Oh yeah, they're on the side of the house.
So,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
so when you said
When
sprouting
I
up
post them,
randomly, it's not
you'll
like
see.
one here,
No,
one
no,
over
no, no,
there.
no, 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 no.
Okay,
It's just mainly two main spots where they just sprouted, and I was like, this is weird because I didn't plant any, and I'm I don't know if the previous owner had them planted and they just never sprouted, but they're sprouting.
But you've
And
been
then
there for quite a while.
that's what I'm saying. They
So,
just
well,
they never sprouted before.
the thing is, you can't, you see, you can't discount nature. This is God's earth. Nature, hun. You know, birds can eat something and fly somewhere and poop out a seed and something grows. Yes. Are you there? You dropped again.
No,
Did I
I'm here.
hear?
I'm
Oh,
here.
okay. Yeah. There's been stuff that grows. People say, "Oh, it's growing wild." Well, kind of and not so kind of. Birds eat, and they eat seeds and leaves and things and whatever. They eat worms. They, whatever it is they eat.
Yeah, and
They
then I'm a
fly. They poop. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna talk to my other neighbor to see what she has going on, because I'm starting to see a few of her plants are starting to cross over into our yard, which I don't mind. I just want to know what they are, so
Uh-huh.
I can help take care of them on my side.
So you can see. Okay, so use your phone, and when where you hit where the microphone is, and next to
Yeah,
you have the little camera, do the camera
yeah.
recognition and see what it
Oh,
is.
I am. Um, my gardener showed me it's a whole entire app that you go and take a picture. You go and take a picture, put it in this app, and it tells you what the plant is and everything like that. I'm
So
telling you, girl, I've been
wait a
doing
minute.
research.
The app is specific to plants.
Yes.
Oh, what's the name of it? I need it. I need that. I need it. Hold on. I need that because I got something that sprouted up, and I like
Okay.
the way it looks, but I don't know what the hell it is.
Okay.
What's the
I'm
name
gonna
of
text it. Okay. I'm gonna text him in the morning, and I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna like post it on your wall because I don't have it on my phone. I
it?
use his phone,
Okay.
because that's how we identify everything in the year. Like we did a whole entire walkthrough. I had an issue with this vine that was growing in half of the yard, and it was like suffocating the trees. So we got some work to do. But yes, I am going to post whatever I learn. I plan on sharing it with everybody because I like it. Like I've been
Mhm.
going to Home Depot. I did put was it mulch? I didn't put mulch down in the front of the house. I didn't put mulch down by the mailbox. I was having fun. Oh, I was having fun.
I
I
know.
was out. I was outside in my rain boots. Like I was having fun.
Come on now.
I
I
had
know
the
you
music
were.
going and everything. I was like, "This is fun. I like this. I see why people be out in their yards and they be so serious. This is fun."
Yes. Now you see. Yes, you see it, and you're like, and then you do. Yes, it is fun, especially, and you know what? And that's the thing that gets me, because I can't do things the way I used to be able to.
Yeah.
Like I would get out there every season. I would do whatever I wanted to do, whatever was going on, whatever was season it was. Honey, I had my almanac, and I had some strong arms. Okay, not just me, because I could dig and all of that too. But I had somebody who would do, dig stuff for me and all of that stuff. And I would get my stuff. I would look at the almanac and see, what was good, and then I would envision in my mind. I would do a little research and see what grows in the zone. I mean, everything you're supposed to do. And I would have in my mind a color scheme, and I just go out there. I take a note. I'm like, okay, here we go. Pull up to Walmart, get a bunch of stuff. Okay, I want this, this, and that. I'll buy a couple of flats. Baby, by the time the sun was down, I had something planted somewhere, either around the tree, around a mailbox, the front of the house, the backyard, the damn side, the patio, whatever the hell it was. You know what I mean? And then in the house I'm in now, there's some things that I did do, but I mean, it's been so long. And at one point, I had closed. The house was closed up for just a little bit over 2 years.
Uh huh.
And yeah, so when we came back and we reopened the house, I'm like, oh, we need to get some other stuff done. And so excuse me, at by that time, physically, I wasn't able to. I wasn't that everything that I just told you that I was. I couldn't do it. So, like, I can pay somebody to do it and tell them what it is was, but I'm gonna tell you something. That shit is expensive. It is
Trust me.
expensive, and
Oh,
I'm
I know.
yeah. So I when I get something, when I feel like I got the gusto in me, I'll call up because I know that baby girl and her dad, they'll come. We can get it done. Boom, boom, boom. After about 15 minutes, he looks at me and he says, "Look, go on in there. You sit down. You go on inside because you just in the way." I feel like fuck it.
Yeah. And then my brother-in-law, he he basically constructed his wife a whole Japanese garden in their backyard. Like he did
Oh,
everything himself. So he's supposed to come and help me do it too. Now I might not have the full setup they have because they have two dogs and one is an ankle biter and one is a senior dog
mm.
versus me having four beasts in the backyard. So my setup might be a little
Quit
different.
calling my babies beast now.
They
That's
are beasts. No, they are. They're beasts. They're beasts. They're beasts. They be giving me hell, which I'm about to get off because I see them ramping up again.
Look, when you said the baby was under the deck, hooked on the hooked on the. I don't mean to laugh. Well, yes, I do. Because that shit was funny. You said, "Where is he? I can't find him. Are you there?"
Child, Bang give me the blues. Bang give me the blues.
And look, at first it scared me, but you're like, okay, when you came back, and I'm like, okay, she sounds fine, so nothing's bad. But then when you told, I'm like, girl, I was hollering. It was so.
Bang gives me the blues. And then it's crazy because I'm about to post pictures. So Bane is a German Rottie. Bane is 6 months. Bane is the same size as my other two puppies, the ones that are one. Bane's the same size.
See, he's the puppy, really,
He's
truth be told, because he's younger. But
yeah,
he's not. You know, he's not through growing.
not at all.
Child, oof. I'm gonna tell you, if your paw is longer than my hand and your head is bigger than mine, I can't deal with you. I can't. Now I'm gonna tell you, I got Major over here, but baby, Major's for protection, and I love him and all of that. But I'm like, shit.
I
Mm,
gotta I gotta feed Bane separate. I cannot feed Bane with the other dogs because Bane will eat his food and then he'll go eat the other puppy's food.
yeah, Major, and I'm gonna tell you something. Once you know how you give them their food, right?
Yeah.
You once you give Major his food dish, if you see something else you want to put in there, don't you put your damn hand down there.
Oh, he
Whatever
has
it
food
was that you
aggression.
put extra, hell no. You can't even get. Don't put your hand anywhere near him once that bowl touches the floor.
See. So I've been talking to the vet about Bane, and we have to get Bane those little food dishes where it like separates their food. It kind of makes it like a maze. They
Man.
said yes.
Is it
Once
for
it get
treats or his regular food?
his regular food because he what's going on with Bane is that she said that he's eating too fast because Bane would eat and then we think he's good and then about like an hour later he'll throw up all his food.
Um, what type of hair does he have?
Short.
Do you brush him?
Yeah.
He might be lick. So is he getting hair in his track? Do you give him the treatment for the hair?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you might have. Is he old enough to get it?
Huh?
Is he old enough to get it?
He should be. He's 6 months.
Yeah, usually you got to be past 6 months. So yeah,
Um,
some
I'm gonna
things are
ask
six
her.
months, some things are a year.
And then also he keeps having the hiccups.
Hmm. And so between that, that's making him throw up his food because he's eating too fast. He's whooping it, and then
Yeah,
he throws it up. He
yeah,
might
and he's
have a
eating.
little something in his track, like he might have a lot of hair in his track from grooming himself.
Yeah. So he's going to the vet. His appointment's next week. We're gonna take him in to have him looked at, make sure he's good.
Well, I do want to say a little something about that because we were talking the other night about pet foods, but I don't want to do it now because now I've been bending my elbow a little bit. But I still want to talk to you about pet diets. But I
Yeah,
want to be 100% when I do. So I don't want to
yeah,
do it now. Just remind me.
yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end it, and then I'll probably come back later in the week because the puppies are starting to get restless, so I need to get them down. But thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. And
No
everybody else,
problem.
bye. And Hazel, I have such a good time with you. And look, I've been doing a little cloud surfing, and you've been having me all up. Do you? You know what? Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. You see that? Hazel. Oh, she went down again. Okay, so all right, you guys. Y'all take care. We will see you later. Bye bye. How do I get out? Okay, wait a minute.